Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. So, I wasn't going to do another video on this Michael's Traveler's Notebook. I honestly, after my last video where I did the review, I was going to basically lay this to rest. But yesterday I was writing some notes and I went to put my gold elastic that came with this over like I normally do, and it broke. So I obviously had to figure out how to fix this because in my last video I mentioned that I already ordered a new one that should be on its way here in a couple of weeks. But I honestly thought that I knew that this was in bad shape, but I didn't realize how bad of a shape it was. So I was hoping I would still have, it would still work until my new one came, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And so obviously this broke yesterday, and so I had to figure out and improvise and figure out a different way to use my Michaels and not purchase another one. Granted, this is quite affordable. I probably could have just gone and bought another one, but I didn't want to buy another one because there was a few things in my last video that I talked about that I didn't like. First, obviously the flimsiness of this, and I actually noticed when I went to Michael's that a lot of them had this exact type of elastic. So I definitely don't want another one with this elastic. So that was out of the question. And then, and also I didn't like the fact that it didn't have multiple strings in the middle. So I thought about a few things and actually ended up watching a couple of videos and found out that there are ways that you can improvise or customize your traveler's notebooks if they don't have the amount of strings or amount of elastics that you're looking for. Now, I will say this, this is not a tutorial, so I'm not going to take this out and redo it first because this material isn't the best, so I don't want to keep putting things in and out of it. Secondly, I tied this knot a little too tight, so I would have to cut it to redo it. And then lastly, I honestly don't think I did this 100% accurately. I was just watching some videos. I watched a few videos and took from different ones what I could understand. And here's the reason why. So a lot of the tutorials out there are for the other types of notebooks, not for the Michaels ones. And a lot of those have the multiple holes like this. Oops, let me see if I could show this better. Let me see. Michaels has just one hole at the top and one hole at the bottom. So I didn't see any like that. There might be out there. Maybe I didn't look. Honestly, it was pretty late last night when this happened. Well, when I was trying to put this together. So I watched a few videos and just took from each one what I thought I could do. So what I ended up doing was I decided, you know what, I'm just going to fix the two issues that I had with this notebook anyways. First being that I didn't like the elastic. Second being that it didn't have multiple strings. And what I ended up doing was poking 2 holes at the bottom and 2 holes at the top to allow me to add 4 strings to this. And so there are some really good tutorials out there about how to do this. So if you're interested in doing this, I really suggest just Googling or looking up in YouTube different ways to add additional elastics to it. But it is pretty, if you look at it, it's pretty simple. Whereas there's a top elastic here and then there's a bottom one. So the yellow comes from the bottom, this bluish goes from the top, and they tie together. But in the meantime, you kind of are crossing over. The center hole, which is the one that the original hole, has 2 elastics going into it. And same thing here. That's the way I could explain it. It's probably, I would just suggest going in and looking for a tutorial if you really want to see how it's done. But I guess I just wanted to show you that it's possible to enhance your Michael's notebook and make it functional, even more functional than what it was before. Because I really do like the system. I just didn't like that it was only one strand. I also didn't like that I had to, and yes, and even with one strand, you can add multiple books, but so in my opinion, it wasn't secure. None of the books were sitting right. There's a difference between when it sits right on its own elastic than when it's sitting on a jumped elastic. So because of that, I figured I would just take the opportunity to do that. One thing I did do a little different. Like I said, I did not see any tutorials on how to do it the way Michael's had it. So they had the two on top and then they do something that kind of brings it out here and somehow connects here. And obviously because it ripped, I didn't pay attention to how it was in there. I should have. So in order to create the elastic that goes around, this one I can probably show you. I just made a knot right here, a really thick, ugly knot. And I'm going to just hide the extra behind here to keep it a little bit more secure. And that's going to that's going to allow me to put this over. And it works. Now, a couple things. I'm sure you're wondering, why do I have a green elastic and I have this golden pink theme? It throws it all off. Well, this is all my Michaels had, the Michaels that I went to. It's $1.49. You find this in the jewelry section, and this is all they had. So hopefully if you're interested in doing this, I would suggest going to a Michaels that has a better one. This is the packaging that it comes in. And yeah, it's just $1.49. Michaels also had a sale on this pretty paper here. It was a whole book of different papers, and it was $5.99, and normally it's $19.99. So I would say check it out. Let me show you actually what this looks like. It's this whole thing. I'm sure you guys know this. Just great backdrop for my for my video. So yeah, so that's the reason why I had to go with this. I'm not mad at it right now. It's okay. I'm really excited to get my new one, but for now, this will do. So what I will do, now that I've showed you what this looks like, I'm going to put all the things back into it, just so you can see how it sits and how it sits now. Just give me a moment. All right, so this is what it looks like now with the 4 elastics and everything kind of sitting on its own elastic. And I have 5 books in here, and so the last 2 I put together with a jump elastic. But I love, love, love how this looks now, and I love just how sturdy it feels. I'm trying to see if I could show you guys this, but it just feels a lot more sturdy. You can see here, I don't know if you saw my last video, you would have seen, it's hard to show this because of the lighting, excuse the lighting, but it just looked really jumbled over here last time. And I think now it just looks a lot cleaner than it did before. And so, yeah, I'm just loving it now. I'm loving that. If I had known this was possible, I probably wouldn't have purchased another one, but I guess you can't go wrong with having a couple of different planners to pick from because it's fun to decorate and have anyways. I wanted to share a couple of other things that I did yesterday as well, since I was just in the mood to decorate and do crafts. I made these 2 paper clips using some ribbons that I purchased at Michael's for $1. I also added a couple of just frugal things I used. This is actually the cover, the packaging that comes with a Target Dollar Spot washi tape. I actually might have another one here that's like this. I just think the packaging is so cute. So I put the little dog with its ears so it could stick up when I look at it from the top. And then what else did I do? Oh, I actually also, in the spirit of being extra frugal, I used the plastic piece of this to create my own sticky pocket. And in there are just dollar store stickers, but I didn't take off the sticky part. And then some hearts that I got from Target Dollar Spot. What else did I add? I also added this to the front and this magical unicorn to the front as well. Ooh, and lastly, I printed out an Annie Plan printables. I don't know what she called this. I think it's like a monthly tracker. The reason I got this was that this is the full year in here. And I said last time I had some issues with my tracker that I had tried to do on my own in my dot grid setup here. It didn't work out for me. If I could find it, that would be amazing. Where the heck did I put it? Right here. It didn't work out as well as I'd like it to because I think I had too many things to track. Well, this is going to work out much better because I can just track the most important things. And it's already all set up. I don't have to worry about creating these lines myself. So I'm really excited to use this. And this is just going to be good for my just future planning and just being able to look at the year all in one. And then added this doily as well. So a couple of different things since the last time I showed the video, but really this video was supposed to be a quick one to show you that you can add 4 elastics to this. I wouldn't do more than 4. This material is not the best. I hope it holds up because the way I poke these holes was I used a pen to do it. So if you're going to do it, maybe use a better tool, but I didn't want it to be too big and I didn't have anything that would not create a huge hole. So I just used a sharp point pen and just poked the 2 holes up here and 2 holes down here. But yeah, I hope that you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below. But there's hope for the Michaels TN, and so excited that I discovered this, and now this will hold me over until I get my all leather one that I'm expecting, and I will do an unboxing for that once that happens. Have a wonderful night. Bye.